if I was not in title, I would not be here. We complicate things a lot, especially when we don't understand. If you are a professional and you are doing marketing, my first question will be, how many people you reached this month? Hey, do you want to sell your house? And they're going to say, yes, I was waiting for your call. So most of the strategies that we see on marketing side, they do work if they're done correctly. And also they don't work for everyone, right? But something that works for everyone is...
Hello and welcome to the Strategy Room. I'm your host, Meriem. I'm a marketing strategist who has been in the real estate industry for a few years, and I've watched professionals and how they build trust and relationships in businesses, and sometimes how they actually don't build those. This show exists for one reason: to bring conversations that happen off camera here. Because those conversations usually happen in the car or after a conference or at the closing table. So we want to bring them here. Today's guest is someone who knows this industry from the inside out. He started in title, and then he started his own business. He's the founder of Brand Bonjour, a marketing consultant at the World Bank, and the marketing director of the South Asian Association of Real Estate Professionals. Umair Ahmad, welcome to the Strategy Room.
Thank you so much, Meriem, to have me. It's a pleasure. Also, great coffee. I think I finished up most of it, so I don't think this is going to survive by the end of the podcast.
You're good.
You probably have to take a break for a refill, but thank you so much. I'm very happy and always had a fun conversation with you. And it's the first time in front of camera, which is, I'm very excited.
Awesome. Thank you.
Amazing.
So let's jump right into it.
Yes.
For somebody who's listening or watching who doesn't know who Umair Ahmad is, please tell us more about yourself.
Okay, so I'll put it this way. When I see myself in the mirror, I see an artist. I'm creative, and I love to paint, draw, build since I was a kid. So I see myself as an artist, but I think people know me as a marketing, advertising, communication specialist, owner of a business. But I think take myself as more of a creative person.
I like it.
Yeah.
How did a creative person survive in title for a few years?
I would say I survived.
Yes.
I survived. I mean, I would say if I was not in title, I would not be here. I mean, that was a great opportunity and great starting point for me. And the value of learning and the value of just being in that room with a lot of those people actually give me a head start that I think many people who will go and start a business today will not have, right? I think a lot of success comes from that experience that I got from those first 5 years. So yeah, I will tell you this. Title was a hard job. It was fun, but also very challenging. I loved it, but I think marketing has always been my passion. You know? Yeah.
Tell me about that. When was the switch? What happened to make you decide to switch from title to marketing?
I want to make less money. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. So this is what happened.
It's a good one.
I always studied marketing. Even when I was back home, I studied journalism and communication, mass communication, and I always want to be in front of the camera, in front of or being a director or do creative things. When it came to US, I first started at a cafe and all that. So you do like all the small jobs, and then I got into title. So I didn't choose title chose me, right? So I just got into the real estate industry. I did that for 5 years, but I always have done marketing on the side. So even as a title agent, I was giving marketing consultation to my clients. I was doing marketing campaigns for my clients just for free. And I always loved that part of the business a lot more than actually doing the sales part of the real estate, So it was not a switch. It just always was there. And I was always doing it. But at some point, especially after the COVID, we all, at COVID, we all have that time where we could do a little bit more creative work. And I'm like, when I wake up in the morning and I have to do something in marketing, I feel better. I wake up with less stress, and I just feel more passionate about. I'll start loving my life more when I'm into this creative zone of myself. So that's why I'm at some point I'm like, okay, you know what? I can actually build this company, and I don't need this job anymore. I was married that time, so of course money was a problem. Uh, Not a problem, but I cannot just leave and jump into marketing and not make money for next 7 8 months. So it was a transition where I called all my clients and I'm like, hey, listen, I'm thinking to start my own marketing company. I'm already doing marketing for you. Would you pay me if I do the switch? And a lot of great people actually said yes. So we start very small. I converted 3 to 4 clients from that, and then afterwards it just becomes a referral ball. Like those 3 people send me 2 more referrals, and those 2 send me 2 more, and then slowly we were at like 10 11 clients, which actually happened within 4 to 5 months, very short time. And I'm like, you know what, I'm ready now to actually leave that behind and just go all in marketing.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah.
amazing. I love that.
Yes.
So where did you get the idea for the name Brand Bonjour?
Oh my
I want to talk about this.
It's a little story.
Yeah.
So, well, all this was happening. By the way, because of COVID, the interest rate were very low. We made a lot of money. Like pretty much all title companies make a lot of money, especially with refinance and VA loans. So I made good money that time, especially with closings and bringing in sales and all that. And we got married that same time. I bought myself a house, and that time we were thinking for a honeymoon trip to Paris with me and my wife. And I was also in the back head. I was also creating the LLC for the marketing company. I was taking in a planning zone that time, and me and my partner who's back in Pakistan, we're just making fun. We're just coming up with different names, and I was just making a joke with my wife. I'm like, dude, we need to learn French. We're going to Paris. We're gonna say bonjour, bonjour, and then it just hits me. I'm like, I might just use that name.
Yeah.
Brand bonjour. I want to do like something like hello brand or something. So I'm like, this is like BB. It has that kind of like a small name to it, a small logo to it. So I'm like, this is perfect. So that's how I told this to my partners. He loved it. He's like, yeah, Brand Bonjour it is. And then we just locked in the name.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. It's a good story. Bonjour. So tell me a little bit more about what is marketing to you? Like we hear a lot of, definitions. Marketing is this, marketing is that. What is it to you, Umair?
So it's been a journey for me to understand this too, which I think we complicate things a lot, especially when we don't understand. And when I first started, I did not understand marketing that well too. And as I spend 10 years in this industry now, if someone says to define marketing, I will define it very simply. It's distribution of information. That's it, right? Then there's so many other words. There's digital marketing, there's traditional marketing, there's print marketing, there's email marketing, there's so many different social media marketing, there's so many other things. But what essentially the goal with all these platforms is distribution of the information, right? So if you have a piece of information, which could be a press release, which could be your company's information, which could be an advertisement, an offer, the marketing means you're going to take that and spread it on different platforms to reach as many people as possible, right? Now, many people confuses that with lead generation plus the sales process that starts after, right? So when we say marketing is just distribution of this information to as many people as possible. Then the next step comes in, which is the lead generation part, where once people see this information, what action they take, which is they fill up a form, they come to your website, yada yada. That's your transition from marketing to sales. As soon as they do that, then the lead goes to the sales part, and then the sales process starts. So marketing is very simply distribution of information to as many people as possible.
I like how you simplified it.
Yeah.
It's very simple, very simple. Did you guys hear? This is what it is, you guys. Very simple. Now, you've been in the real estate industry, whether in title or in marketing. You've
Yes.
worked with a lot of professionals throughout the years. Tell me what you see real estate agents or lenders do right when it comes to marketing and do wrong when it comes to marketing.
So I'll bring it back to the first point that I have. When we define marketing, it's distribution of information. What I see, and this is not only for real estate, it's for every industry, which is when they think about marketing, they forget the main purpose, which is they want to reach as many people as possible. What their focus is the creative. What their focus is the headline. What their focus is all the other things, except their reach. So the word reach is very important, which is if you are a professional and you are doing marketing, my first question will be how many people you reached this month, right? That means you're a professional, you have an offer, or you're an agent and it's your information. Uh, how many people saw that information? And what many people are doing wrong is they just put it on social media, forget about it. They keep posting, reaching out to 100 people, 200 people, maybe per post. You do it 10 times, maybe 2,000 people, right? What the problem is it's a numbers game. So fundamentally, if you don't understand this numbers game, you will never be successful in marketing, which is if you want, there's something called conversion rate, right? So if you want one conversion, you have to reach a specific amount of people. So we say the conversion rate is 1%. If you reach 100 people, you get that one client, right? Which is never 1%, by the way. It's way lower for most of the platforms. But for this conversation, we say if you reach 100 people, you get one conversion. Guess what? If you are only reaching 10 people, how many conversions you got? Zero. By the time you get to, maybe it was probably gonna, if you're reaching only 10 people a month, it's gonna take you 10 months to get to 100, and then you'll get your one conversion, right? So the goal is to be in front of as many people as possible. That's the fundamental. So if you are making great videos, I mean high quality production, but it's only two people looking at it, versus you have a very ugly flyer that goes in front of 100,000 people, there is a conversion rate, and there is you will see the results in a very different way. Now, of course, if that ugly flyer is designed beautifully, that will increase your conversion rate, right? High-end production, increase that conversion rate. But you first have to reach the number of people, then we can talk about polishing it, how to increase the conversion and all that. So I think this is the fundamentally what everyone is doing wrong, which is they're focused on all the nitty gritties, but not focusing on their reach, which is where the main game is.
Where does personal branding fit into this? We're talking about reach, but like, what do you suggest for personal branding? How, important is it in people's social media or marketing in general?
Yeah. So let me just fix this quickly. So branding, let's first understand what branding is, right? Right now, every company love to call themselves a brand. But when you use name brand, there are a few companies that come in your mind. Apple, Coca-Cola, maybe Pepsi, a few of these people that when you say brand, these are like actual brands, right? I mean, in fashion, we have Louis Vuitton, we have Gucci, and we have all these, right? What is something that really made them a brand, right? It's really a customer's perspective. What customer think about a certain product, it's called a brand. And funny enough, most of the brands are luxury brands, right? The BMWs and the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis, all these are luxury cars, right? Honda is a brand, right? But when you think about a Ferrari versus a Honda, you're like, Ferrari has great branding, while Honda probably spend more money on that budgets and all those, right? So branding is just how your customer perceive you, right? And what value they perceive of you, right? Now, when we talk about personal branding, it literally means what the viewer or your audience is perceiving about you, right? And there's a very, very popular quote, which is, you are not what you think who you are, right? You are who you think other thinks who you are,
Okay.
right? So it's all about the perspective of the audience, right? So when I say the personal branding, I don't want to say it's cherry on top, because it is also a way to polish your conversions, right? Think about this. There's a company, there's Apple, that is running advertising, making great products. But we don't know Steve Jobs. And then you add Steve Jobs on Apple. The branding changes, right? The personal branding for Steve Jobs have created the brand for Apple, right? So I would say personal branding is very important, specifically if you're a professional. What it does is it will create an organic demand for you, right? Which is, if someone is looking at your social media and you have a nicely branded videos, or they see you and they understand you are a luxury agent and they're looking for buying a $3 million house, the trust will build very quickly, right? So what I want to say is, yes, branding is important, and it's not only a cherry on top, but it is also part of just polishing the conversion and not the actual marketing that you want to focus on, right? So again, if you're in luxury, branding is very important. But first you have to get to that luxury level, which you will reach once you have that reach, right? So you get to that luxury level once you are doing a lot more closings, you know a lot more people, you know. So that's how I would say the personal branding is. I'm working on my personal branding now,
Yeah.
right?
I've noticed.
You noticed, right? And that's just because I think now I'm ready, right? I can tell people how to perceive me. When I was selling my monthly subscriptions for $600, $700, you know, if I go into a personal branding, it just doesn't make sense to me. Now, when I do my personal branding, I'm increasing my prices according to that. And people, like when I talk to people, they expect me to charge them $1,200 to $2,000 a month, right? And they perceive that value because of my branding, right? But if I'm just starting out and I'm just pushing all my time and my thing towards my personal branding, I will not make that sale, right? So I think most of the agents, especially new agents, are making this mistake
Yeah.
where they are going in because they know social media and they're Gen Zs. They spend so much time on personal branding.
We love Gen Zs.
I love
Gen Zs.
I'm a Gen Z. I'm a Gen Z. Guys, I'm 1998. I think I'm a Gen Z.
Okay.
But or really on that, you know, on that line.
Yeah.
But I think what they're doing, and this is good that they know social media themselves. But to get them started right now, they need to focus on sales. Right. And I think personal branding, they can focus in future.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you give us some strategies specifically for real estate professionals and how they can make their marketing or social media better?
Absolutely. Okay. So step one, don't think about marketing as just the social media. Marketing is, like I said, very broad term. Digital marketing is just a part of it, right? If you are someone who's just starting out, you're a new agent, I will tell you, do your digital marketing, but put a cap on it. You don't want to invest too much money in it. You don't want to advertise because advertising is expensive. Organically, you can do as much as you want. If you have time, do it as much as you want, right? But your sole focus should be making more sales. And for making more sales, you need to be in front of more people. So if I'm a realtor that was just starting out, talking and sending text messages to all the people I know in my contact book and say, hey, I'm a realtor. I just got licensed in Virginia. I'm starting this new journey and I need your help. If you know anyone who's buying, selling a house, please connect them. Please connect them with me, right? Simple as that. It's also marketing, SMS marketing, right? So I would start with that, number one. Number two is I will start going to a lot of events, network as many as I can. Family gatherings, if you don't like it, guess you're in the wrong industry. Because family is where you're going to get your first few deals, right? Families and friends. So I would say go to those gatherings, hang out with your people. You are not hanging out with them so they sell a house with you. You're hanging out with them so that whenever they know someone is buying or selling a home, they connect you with them. Because as a new agent, your biggest problem is authority. You just started, people are going to say, hey, he don't know much. And people can find out on Zillow and all that. But if there's someone else who's routing for you, it will help you, right? If I tell you I'm a great realtor, you might not believe it. But if Shumai says, hey, Umair's a great realtor, you might not even go and Google and search and say, hey, he's saying he's a great realtor, let's work with him, especially if you trust Shumai, right? So that is very important. That's for the new agents. Then we go for the agents who are already established. They have not a huge book of business, maybe 12 deals a year or 10 deals a year. For them, it's a little bit different. Right? For them, I would tell them to go do a little bit of social media, do advertising, have the website up. You can spend that money on this because you already have a referral base that's coming in, right? You can actually go into more on the digital side of the marketing. One of the best strategies that I have seen in real estate for people is event marketing. And when I say event marketing, most people think of first-time homebuyer seminars, right? First-time homebuyer seminars, which are great. It works for some people. For most people, it doesn't work, right? What I want you to think about is you as an agent or even a lender, I don't know, you're a community leader, right? You are representing that neighborhood where you're selling your house, right? People need to trust you. So your events needs to be around that. Now, one of the strategies that I have seen work with pretty much everyone, which is if you just got a deal from a client, a buyer, and they just bought a house, throw them a housewarming party. Tell them, hey, you're going to bring 10, 20 guests? Bring them on. I'll pay for the food, right? Let them do that. What happened is that you are there. They are telling everyone, hey, this is my realtor who helped me get this house. People coming to the house like, wow, this is so beautiful. Love it. You won't believe how many referrals you can get from something like that.
That's a great idea.
Yes. And it works every time, right? If you're a new realtor and you just got your first buyer client, do this. I promise you, you will start getting leads. You will start getting referrals from that, right? So event marketing 101 in person works great. For social media, I will tell you always this. Social media is just a way to nurture the people you're meeting in person, right? So what happens with me when I'm boosting my content, I'm reaching 80,000 people, 100,000 people a month. The people who are texting me, this is what they always say. They say, I know them, by the way. I always know them 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We met at an event, whatever. I forgot about them. They forgot about me. They'll text me. They're like, dude, I just saw your video. I didn't know you do this. You just did a contract with World Bank. That's so cool. I just saw your video. So awesome. You know what? I'm actually starting a business here in Florida. Do you think you can help me? Right? I have already met them. But social media is helping me to create that report in front of them and actually taking that, what do you call that? A lazy mode to actually pushing them to take an action and contact me, right? So I don't want you to think I'm going to run advertisements and I'm going to get leads and I'm going to give the calls to those and say, hey, do you want to sell your house? And they're going to say, yes, I was waiting for your call. Thank God, Mr. John, you called me. I was waiting for you. I want to sell it with you and only you. It does not happen that way.
Nope.
That does not happen that way. Mostly people want to work with people that they trust, and you need to build that trust, right? And that's why people spend money on Zillow leads. It worked with a few people, but for most people, it does not work, right? Meta ads work for a few people, but for most people, it doesn't work, right? So most of the strategies that we see on marketing side, they do work if they're done correctly. And also they don't work for everyone, right? But something that works for everyone is going to events, talking to the people, making connection, and making friends.
I love it. I love it. I love how you use social media. It's kind of like a reminder of your followers that you're still
Yes.
here, you're still doing this, you know. Come do business with me. I love it. I want to talk a little bit about Sarep,
Mm-hmm.
which is how we actually met.
Yes.
And I wanted to ask you, because you are the marketing director for Sarep, is there a difference when it comes to strategy when you're doing marketing for Sarep, for example, and when you're doing marketing for businesses or realtors, etc.?
Yes. So marketing strategies for pretty much every business could be a lot more customized, right? For every realtor can be a lot more customized because we all have different personalities, and for a marketing strategy for you might not work for me, and the one that works for me that does not work for you. That's very common. But if we want to put it in a template, then yes, we can. How would you differentiate between them? So let's talk about a business versus a personal, right? Business marketing is less popular. People don't interact with businesses well because as soon as they see a business, the first thing that comes into mind, they're trying to sell us something, right? But businesses who sell creatively always win, right? So if the customer knows you're trying to sell me, but the way you're selling me is so creative, is so funny, or is so genius,
Yeah.
they will become your client, right? People respect creativity, art, and a little bit of effort, right? So when you're marketing a company, yes, you want to market your portfolio, you want to market your case study, you do want to market your offers, you do want to do all that, but you need to create a personality around your brand, right? And you can see those personalities around many of these very popular brands, from luxury brands to a little bit, not so luxury brands, but they have like very funny personalities. You see them. I don't know if you follow, but there's such a great rivalry between BMW and Mercedes, and
Yeah.
it's funny. I don't think so. How the sales get affected by this, but it's a way to be in front of people at all times, right? For a personal brand, it's very different, right? Like I said, for personal brand, it's always you and yourself. Be authentic, right? People want to see you. People want to see how you interact in real life, and they trust when they see that, right? So I think on social media specifically, a very tough toned, when you're just sitting at a chair and just trying to talk, does not work anymore, right? You see people who are doing a little bit more crazy stuff, do get a lot more views and a lot more engagement. And if you're a person who talks seriously, that's not a problem, because there's so many people who just want to watch serious content on social media, right? I'm one of them. Like, I don't like too much goofy content. Some people love it, right? And how do you know what type of content you want to make? There's three type of content, right? There's entertaining, educational, and controversial, right? So these are the three major types, and there are audience for all three of them, right? So if you want to make educational content, and you want to be serious, and that's what your personality is, and you have a lot of knowledge, do that. People will respect it, and people will give you engagement. If you are entertaining, you have a personality, and you want to be a little bit goofy, or not, I don't know if goofy is the right word, but you want to be a little bit more comedic,
Entertaining.
Entertaining. There you go.
Yeah.
So do that, right? If you like controversies, and you are like, there's so many people, like, I mean, who are controversial. Like, they will say things that they believe, and people listen to them, right? I mean, I'm a big controversial listener. I love all the controversies that's going around the world. It's entertainment. It's entertainment for me. But yeah, like I will listen to them, and they're just sitting down in front of and in front of a laptop and just talking. But you will listen to them. So I would say for personal brand, you have to be very authentic. For as a brand, you need to create that personality, right? And that's how you differentiate. For something like Sarup, then it's mission driven. Right? People connect with what you're trying to do, and it's with everyone, even with the brand, right? But with an organization, people really want to know that what is the purpose, right? And I think that's what SARP has served, and that the people who has become a member or has joined us, they believe in what we believe, and that's what's important. Yeah.
Awesome. I really like it. And I also like that you mentioned that if you are doing serious or educational content, that's okay, because I had actually a lender approach me and she's like, I don't know, I'm just not funny. And I'm like, you don't have to be funny. You're already like giving,
Yes.
great value to people.
And I will tell you something. I mean, if you're a serious person and you're making goofy content, it will not go well. People will make fun of you. It's gonna be weird. If you are someone who's a lot of entertainment, you have a lot of energy, but when you sit in front of camera, you try to like be a lot more educational. People are gonna see that you're holding back. You won't be able to give that energy that you can.
Yeah.
So I would say yes. Whatever your personality is, go with that. Of course, there are a few formats that you have to follow. Even if you're making entertaining, controversial, or educational, you need to put a hook, a visual hook, a question, something up front that captures attention. That still needs to be there, right? Your call to action still needs to be there. If you're educational, having 3 points, 4 points, explanation, explaining like you're explaining to a 5-year-old, all that is still there, right? Yeah. You can format it, you can create templates on it. But what my mantra is, be who you are, right? Don't shy away. Hey, I just talk about business. I don't know anything else. That's okay. There's so many people like you. There's so many people like you who will respect that.
Awesome. Great. All right. I want to pivot a little bit to something that everybody talks about nowadays. And I know you like it and I like it. So let's talk a little bit about AI.
Oh my God. I love this topic.
Yeah, I know you do.
I love this topic. I can't wait to be fired by all my clients. So they have... I'm just kidding. I don't want to be fired. But I think I'm going to be at some point.
Oh, no.
God, I love AI. I don't know if you have you watched a movie Idiocracy?
I have not.
You have to watch that movie.
Okay.
It's hilarious. And
Okay.
I think we are actually going towards that.
Oh, no.
And
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, there'll be no more Einstein, I guess. So this is what happening. So here's the story. There's a guy who's probably not very smart, a little dumb guy, and Army's doing an experiment where they're going to actually store your body for years.
Okay.
So they store his body for years, and then they show like there's a war going on. So he actually got stuck in that box, and he wakes up after like 20-30 years. Like he wake up in 2050, and as soon as he gets up, he sees like the whole world is destroyed, but humans are still in their apartments, but they become dumb.
Oh,
right?
no.
So what happened is that slowly the IQ level has started going down, and now they are actually using Gatorade instead of water for everything.
Oh, wow.
And they're actually using Gatorade to give water to the plants, for the agriculture and all that.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you see like the agriculture is going bad, and there's like no health system, and people IQ is going down. So when I see AI, I'm like, oh my God, I feel like in like next 10 years. We're gonna stop using our minds.
Oh, no.
We're just good. I mean, I don't remember when I really write something.
I know.
Right? I don't remember.
I know.
And I used to be a good writer, but I think now I'm probably a very terrible writer. Just because, I mean, ChatGPT writes something, I do make it better, but that process of brainstorming, coming up with that all is gone, pretty much for me at least.
I'm doing most brainstorming with Claude right now.
With Claude, right?
Yeah.
So when you're not mentally exercising, right, your brain is not exercising these ideas, I don't think so we'd be able to keep up with that. But having extra brain in your hand, I don't mind that.
Right.
If I don't have to learn anything, don't have to put the energy, I don't mind it.
Yeah.
But it's something like that we cannot reverse. It's gonna happen,
Yeah.
right? So if it's gonna happen, we just go with it, and we adapt it. We adapt to it, right? But yeah, I love AI.
All right, tell me about the AI tools that you use.
Okay, so I just figured out about Claude Code. It's been about 2 months. I
Okay.
mean, amazing. I've been making websites for past few years, but I have been like I never coded myself. Use drag and drop um, platforms and stuff like that. But now what Claude Code can do, like things I used to take me months to make, can be done in a day. So I'll give you an example. 4 years ago, the AI just came out, and I was in Pakistan that time, and I actually met like about 30 to 40 developers in like 15 days, right? And what I wanted to make was a platform that is AI based. What it does is, if a realtor comes on to it, fills out a quick form, and it does a very nice analysis of the whole branding and the marketing that he's doing, and create a nice report. Very simple. It just goes online, captures all the information, analyze it, put it on a report. Very simple. I could not find anyone to do this. People who would say, yeah, maybe we can do it, was very expensive, right? So, and this could have changed my sales. Like if I have this tool, I could do advertisement on it, get so many leads out of it. So I spent so much time to do this, and it's been 4 years. And once I figure out Claude Code, I literally sat for 2 days and I built it myself.
Wow.
Cost me $100,
Dang.
right? It's called Brand IQ. You can go to brandiq.brandbonder.com, test it yourself. As soon as I make it live, I think I got 10 leads right away. Right?
That's amazing.
It's amazing. So I loved it. And I think this is something, when industrial revolutions come in, when internet came in, when Uber came in, like, well, a lot of people lost their job, and it's how world works. New technology comes in, it creates a lot of jobs, but it get rid of a lot of jobs. And what we're trying to do with AI is making our lives easy. And damn, it's making our lives easy a lot. Yeah. In every way.
Yeah.
In every way. Yeah.
So in the real estate industry, what are you seeing that people are actually utilizing AI for that's actually useful? And what are they just wasting their time on?
Very good question, I think. Because I think a lot of agents are still at the conversational level of AI, right? Where they're using ChatGPT, just asking questions, hey, what to do here, how to spell ratified, I don't know.
I mean, maybe new agents.
Whatever, right? One or the other. So they're using it at that level, which is all right. I think it's still productive, but I think AI is moving so fast. Me, as who's spending a full time 8 hours on AI, I'm unable to capture, or I'm unable to actually follow what's happening every day. So I don't blame these agents who are still at very starting stages of AI. But what I want to tell you, that you probably have to move faster, which is because the speed of AI is so quick. If you don't catch up, you're gonna lose a lot of momentum and a lot of progress that's gonna happen in the next few months. And it's not about years. Trust me, it's about months, weeks at this point. So realtors, if you're using conversation, that's fine. But there's so many more tools that you can use now to be more productive, even with help you with sales, help you with customer service, a lot of things, right? What people are wasting time on is, which I feel is not specifically on AI, but actually not using AI, right? Because if you're not using AI right now, you're wasting most of your time, because things that you can do with AI is a lot more efficient versus you doing it yourself. And it could be just reminders, and it could be just making flyers, or do all these things.
If a real estate agent is listening to this and they're like, I've been doing marketing for a while, trying to do some, branding and stuff like that, but it's not working for me.
Yeah.
What's the first thing you would tell them to change or fix?
Okay.
What's the one thing they can fix first?
So first thing I will tell them, open your social media, your Facebook, your Meta dashboard, Instagram dashboard you have, and calculate how many people you're reaching a month. First, number one, okay? If your number is less than 20,000, you need to set a goal. I'm going to take this to 100,000 to 80,000 to 60,000, whatever you feel comfortable with. Once you do this, everything will start getting together and you will have a beautiful strategy because your only goal is to be in front of as many people as possible, right? So step number one, figure out where you are. Step number two, figure out where you want to be. Now, once you start posting, you can see, oh, I'm only getting 500 views per reel. That means I have to make 10 reels to get, I don't know, like what, 50,000 or 5,000 views. What else I can do to get more people, more eyes? Okay, I can boost it. I can make more controversial content. I can do all these to get more people, right? So I would say keep it easy. Don't complicate your marketing. Just focus on to be in front of as many people as possible. It's just a numbers game.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
And I think it's doable.
It's doable. Dude, if I put 100 people in this room, they won't fit,
Right.
right? So just think about it. You're in front of 100,000 people. You're in front of 80,000 people, right? You're coming in front of them every month. Just impact of that. It's a no-brainer that someone will see and say, that's cool, let me give him a call. Or, oh, you know what? I actually need that. Let me give him a call. You will definitely get that conversion if you're reaching those numbers.
I love it. I love it.
Yes.
All right. I think this is going to be maybe our last question.
Okay.
What's a brand that you think is
Sorry.
doing...
I still have some coffee. You know what?
Should we add more questions?
I think that it should be like, hey, by the time until the coffee's up,
Yeah.
we should keep going.
Hey, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
I'm loving this.
I love it too.
Okay, sorry. What was
No,
the
you're
question
good. You're
again?
good. So, what's a brand that's out there that you think is doing amazing?
There's only one name.
I know what you're gonna say.
There is only one name in real estate.
In real estate, yes.
I mean, no disrespect to everyone else who's trying or who's doing great. I already have a brand, but Ryan Serhant has another level,
Hands down.
hands down.
Yeah.
Yep. And I never followed him. I actually started following him a couple of years ago, and I got to know about him from another client, and then she invited me to go to one of his event.
Yeah.
And once you see him in person and the level he operates,
Yeah.
it's on a different level. Like, it's a different universe.
Yeah.
Like the charisma around him, the people around him, the operation around him is on another level. So, like for you, you're a marketing person. I'll tell you, go to one of his events.
I would love to.
You will get a new perspective on what is branding. You get a new perspective on the level that you can achieve with branding and marketing. And it's not only the production house he has, and it's not only the money he has. It's his personality, which is very charismatic. He is a great storyteller, right? And I think storytelling is a skill. Right?
Definitely.
Anyone can learn.
Yeah.
Anyone can learn, right? Even you have an accent. I've met so many great people who have an accent, but they're great storytellers. Very sweet. Like, they start talking and you're like, that's so funny, or like, you know, it's like such an interesting way they present.
Yeah.
So storytelling, I would say it's definitely a skill, and that guy has polished that skill to the highest level possible. And I love it. I love Ryan Serhant. I follow him. You know, and actually, one thing on that actually is we didn't touch this, but I do want this to become a part of the podcast, which is, we talk about the 3 types of content, which is entertaining, educational, and controversial. We call it EEC. And this framework, I actually got it from a very popular Indian scriptwriter, screenwriter. He's very popular. So I was watching one of his videos. I'm like, this is what I need, which is, if you make a content that is entertaining, educational, controversial, it will work. These are only 3 types, but the magic happens when you mix them.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So if your content is entertaining, educational and entertaining, entertaining and controversial and educational, that's where the virality comes in.
Very
right?
interesting.
So how do you mix them is the skill, right?
Yeah.
So when you're making content, you say, hey, this is a piece of education. How can I make it entertaining? Or how can I add a little bit of controversy in it? For controversy just means mysterious. How I can make it more mysterious that people think about it. And they comment, they say, this doesn't make sense. Or they want to go in and then write their thoughts on it, right? So that's what makes any piece of content viral.
Awesome. My goodness. I'm a big fan of Ryan Serhant as well.
Yes.
I was telling you that I read his book and it's amazing.
I want to read his book. I haven't read it.
I want to be him when I grow up.
Yes.
Oh my God, Umair, this has been fun. Yeah, finish your coffee. Hurry up. I'm just kidding. This has been so much fun. Oh my God. So where can people find you, follow you, do business with you?
Yes. So you can. I have to give my address. No, right? no. Okay.
Website, social media.
Okay, my social media address. So you guys can find me on Instagram. It's umair.media. You can find me there. Or my website is brandbonjour.com. You can see my company information over there. But really, if you search up Umair Ahmad Marketing, I'll pop up, and then you can just follow me there.
And you guys should follow.
Yes, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Umair. I appreciate
it. That was
you.
so much fun. Yeah. Oh, I love it. This is so good.
That's a wrap on episode 1 of the Strategy Room. That conversation was exactly what the show is about. Umair, amazing talk. I really enjoyed it so much. And if you're building your business, if you're building your brand, this is the room for you, the Strategy Room. I'm Meriem, your host, and I will see you on the next one.